In this short video, we will talk about computer languages, just very introduction, so that there are two types of computer languages. It is low-level languages and high-level languages, and so the low-level language, they were developed long time ago, since maybe beginning of 50s or even earlier. And low-level programming is using the code which computer understands. This is binary code, 0 and 1. So it is, of course, it is used for one special type of computer. Cannot be used for. It is not universal. It can be transferred to another hardware. So and this so-called machine language. But next level was to use so-called assembler. Assembler is already a little bit more advanced. It is second generation low-level languages. It is using commands. It is using symbols and names, symbolic names, instead of just numbers 0 or 1. But it has a program to convert this this program, which to binary code. And of course, you have these commands for every computer are different, so it's again has disadvantage that it can work only for one special computer, not universal. But what is good again that it is working very quick, and but disadvantage, of course, that if you have an error, if you make a mistake in writing the code, then it takes very long time to find the error. And but computation speed is very fast. But again, it is only for one type of computer. So next languages that appeared is already high-level programming languages that were a little bit closer to human language. So humans can understand programs, can remember, and can work with these programs, with commands. And then it was life of these computers. The programmers became much easier. And this is so-called third generation languages. This was program C, and later on it was developed to C++, Java, JavaScript, and some quite many other programs which are like high-level programs, because quite many coders, quite many programmers, they developed language for special task. And okay, just very common names, very popular names. It is C++, Visual Basic, Java, JavaScript. C++, it is quite good language. It is used very much till now, especially for applications for Windows, Windows-based applications, and then it works quite good. It makes executable file, and then one problem that if you in the programming, if you make a mistake, it is very difficult to find a mistake. It is very time consuming, because C++ is converted to binary code, to machine language, by so-called compiler. Compiler, a special program which transform your code to machine code, machine language. And then it takes a very long time, normally for some sophisticated programs, half hour or 1 hour, and then life of the computer, of the coders, of the people are getting very complicated, because it takes so long to find an error. Visual Basic, it was very especially for education created, and it is very easy to understand, very easy to learn. And when I was at university, we were learning this Visual Basic and tried to use it for calculations for computers. But problem that it is Visual Basic is slow language. It is not compiled. It is not compiled. Not all program compiled and then used as binary code. It is interpreted. It is reading the code line by line, and then it is, because of this, it is very slow. But good to find. Very easy, relatively easy to find an error. If you made an error, then it is simple. and all the command is quite logical. They are like normal English language, and as I said, very easy to find an error, a mistake in your programming, debugging. But slow, and it is consuming too much memory in the computer. So for complicated task, it cannot be used. Till now, there was long ago in 60s, there was scientists created a language named Fortran. Fortran is for formula translation. Okay, this is designed specially for calculations and for scientific research, and then it is really good in calculation of some formulas and some this resolving some mathematical and physical problems. But and as I said, it is working till now, especially in academia, at the research centers. But it's okay. But not already not so easy to understand it, and you need some special training for these calculations to write the programs in Fortran. COBOL program was created for business, mostly for business, and to work with databases, and so it is has advantage of fast access to files and databases, and then but large amount of if you output also have kind of database, it is working quite well with it. So it is mostly for it is used, for example, in Navy, in to analyze some for military applications. Pascal was created to teach programming, so it is relatively simple, and it is logical and very common, close to English language. But of course, has the same problem that it is slow. Then C was developed long time ago, and it was developed mostly to write operational system. Operating system, it was operating system first DOS, disk operating system, and then only Windows appeared later on. So it is popular among programmers, and but later on it developed to C++. And another language, Ada, was again created by military and used for military applications. But next step, it was like object-oriented languages. And this is a good example, C++, Java, but it's not only these two languages. Computers, programmers create many languages themselves for specific needs. So it is C++, probably the most common, most high developed. It has huge libraries to work with, huge libraries to do this or that operation. Very much in use, especially for Windows, as I said. Okay, it was created with this person, and so then in Bell Laboratory. And as I said, it is quite good because it is operating relatively quick. Java was next level, and it is based actually on C++. Next development of C++. Many people that say that Java is very useful language, especially for multi-threading. It is making a sequence of actions in parallel. So it is because if you have input in many input, not just linear input, is many the data is coming in many threads in many inputs, then it works quite well in calculations, and it is saving memory, and so it is good. And Java very much in use also for internet, to design the web pages and to make some dynamic, and so it is very popular for networking. Okay, there are some special languages which are like to work with like functional. It's Lisp and Scheme. Lisp is designed in 60s, and it is considered to work with some databases, and Scheme also the just next level of Lisp, and but it is again the number of operations you can do with this scheme, it is limited, and there are even special languages to work with logics that Prolog. It's no need to know them, because again to get job in these old languages is not easy. Now we have to be oriented mostly on some uh, recent version of the languages. So, and if you work with internet, and if you design web pages, HTML languages is just the must. You have to do it. I have to learn it, and I designed web pages myself, so I know at least something with HTML, and how to create good design, how to design the web pages, how to make it that they are looking better. And Perl is another language, and SQL, it is again special language for special applications. HTML, as I said, it is for web pages. It is made of text, and then that's relatively easy to understand because it's not complicated. And but Perl is practical extraction and report languages. It is has it is works relatively common, close to C language, but more efficient probably. Perl and SQL, it is used to work with databases, but sometimes in web applications, internet applications, it also used quite common SQL. Okay, so that's all. So that's all for this small presentation. We just remember there are two level of languages: the machine-based, double code, also assembler, that is using commands, not only binary codes but commands, some abbreviation of the commands, and high-level language, which is close to natural languages, to normal English language. So this is the text-based languages. They are not not like G language. G language is graphical-based language. It is more easy, in my understanding, to learn and more fun. But okay, so we just can separate our languages, not only high level and low level, but also like procedure. I mean, to make calculations like Fortran, and object-oriented, it is C++ and Java, and functional like Lisp, and to work with some databases, and to work with logics, it is Prolog, and special for web applications, for web pages, it is HTML language. Okay, that's all for this short video. I just remember that there are special languages, and there are in general low value and high value, low level and high level computer languages.